and welcome back to Retro Rats. So behind me is gas, our 1958 Morris Minor, and so a little story with gas. So a couple of months ago we was out and we were taking gas with us. We was going up to a friend of ours in Gloucester, and the fuel pump decided to pack up and play up. So we didn't know this at the time. So it broke down just outside Cirencester, and we called out the recovery, and a very old school mechanic came out and he goes, "Oh, I think it's your carburetor." And luckily for us, he took it all apart and he gave it a really good clean, put it all back together and set it for us. So the carburetor is hunky-dory, thank you very much. Gets a mile down the road and goes again. So they goes, right, now a different chap come out because the other chap had already gone to a job. And he goes, "I think it's a fuel pump." And we give it a tap and we could get it going again, but every time we give it a tap it would just run for a short period of time, so it's obviously just whatever it was sucking through. So here we are, the time has come, gas hasn't been out of the garage for a little while. I'm going to try and get it started on the old pump to get it up to my workshop, and we're going to fit a new pump. Come and join us. So if you really want to truly know what classic car ownership is like, turn the ignition, a little bit of choke, right, gear, and I don't think it's going to start. This Moggy Minor was normally very good, it'd fire up pretty much on the first or second turn. I've opened the bonnet, I've tapped it, it's not clicking. Just do a little bit more choke, but I think it's just not even trying. There's no bite there at all, so we'll turn the ignition off. Looks like we're fixing it here in the direct sunlight in the hot summer heat. So a quick inspection under the bonnet, and to note, just from turning over, there's a pool of water there. If I get the camera to focus, see the pool of water? And there's a little bit there. At some point this had a repair and they've put some sealant or something in there. That is leaking. Definitely leaking in this corner. The water level's okay at the moment, but I'm going to have to top it up. But that's a future job then to be noted. This is our culprit. So you can imagine that could be, well, I don't think it'd be original, but it's certainly been on there a long old time. So let's go and have a look at the replacement. Now the original is a Lucas pump. Morris Minor spares do them, but they are about £129, to be warned. I have found, if I just get this out of the box, this is a Hardy made in Germany. I'm hoping this will be a direct replacement. We're going to have a look. The only difference between this one and that one, without having a close inspection on this, is that one is manual points in the cap. This one is electronic points. So I'm going to open it now and have a look. Always mind your head on the Morris Minor bonnet. Shiny holding bracket, which I don't need. It does come with some fitting screws at the bottom. We put the receipt and the manual in there. So on mine, I've got one screw attachment. It's got very dark on there, haven't you? One front screw attachment, which is that one. And I've got one that the fuel line will go directly to. So, and that's my out, which is correct. So at the moment it's looking like a direct replacement, but we'll see if it's going to work or not. Nice bit of kit, and that was £89 off of eBay. Like I say, it is officially German made, so we're hoping for good quality. So I'm just going to undo the two wires. I've disconnected the battery and then I'm going to undo those. Remember, the battery is disconnected, the live is off, the earth is off. The earth also goes to the body, so remember to put it back onto the body when you're doing the frame. And the two lines are disconnected, the in and out. So I'm going to remove it now from the two mounting brackets. So just a point to note that the new screws that are supplied are 10mm. If you find your elusive 10mm spanner, the new screws that came supplied with that pump are 10mm, whereas the original ones were Imperial. So that's him installed there. So the first problem I've got is obviously the old one bolted on, which isn't majorly an issue, but where I've got the earth there, it's too short to go around to that side, and these would unbolt, but they've got these nice clip-on terminals which I'd rather keep. So it's a case of putting a join into that earth and snipping a connector into there, and obviously I'm going to change this one now for a push-on type, so it's just a bit of wiring. If you're into hobby DIY, then Lidl, and we got one close near us, do a selection of Parkside stuff. It changes every week, so this week they were doing welding equipment, so I got some of that. But let me just open this up. Well, they often do these little cases where you got useful clips and so on, and obviously in today's situation, perfect. They also do little things like the little assorted hose clips box and stuff. Oh, is it? That's a Parafix, but it's still Lidl brand. But yeah, it's worth picking up these little tubs to do hobby maintenance. Right, so what I've done, obviously that's where the original connection was for the earth. I've joined that cable back up. I've gone further along that cable now and added on a connection and put him onto the side that is marked negative. And where the earth comes down, I went as far as I could on the original, snipped it off just where the original crimp was, which obviously that's the earth one, the live was the same, and I've crimped him and made a brand new one. So all the wiring is on nice and snug, and that earth is nice and secure, and none of that's going to move now. That's all pretty secure. So now to do the fuel lines back up. That's the installation done. So we need to prime it. I'm hoping there's enough oomph in the battery left. Let's see how we go. True black hands. I'm working on a vehicle. It's too hot for me out. Now we got no ignition. There we go. Problem number one. Try again, shall we? Now that is a strong pump. We'll just do a little bit of choke. That's how it normally starts. We'll let him warm up, we'll pull him forward. While he's running, I've not put the choke fully in yet, but it's getting there. Just wants a tiny little bit left. Got a nice kick to it, clicking away nicely. Everything else seems quite happy. I've certainly got loads of fuel now. job done, take him for a spin.